Video has always been a challenge. Well, lately there's been a new opportunity, managed over the top. We're here with Jerry Weber of FAR Technology. Jerry, from an engineering standpoint, you guys have been looking at what managed over the top is. Why don't you first tell us a little bit about what it is, and then we'll go into discussion.
Yeah, managed over the top solution is basically a streaming platform allowing service providers, telcos, to either do an add-on video solution at a cost-effective rate, especially if they're in a competitive environment, or being able to allow telcos or service providers that don't have any video solution to be able to get into the video offering at a cost-effective price point, I guess would probably be the best way to state that. It's allowing not only to step into the IPTV market today with your traditional IPTV solution, but also it's allowing you to step in with devices that already exist or the new ones that are driving the market, such as a Roku set-top box and smartphones.
Well, and you're actually seeing opportunities, and I want to delve into the technical in a bit, but you're actually seeing opportunities with your customers, your clients, as far as they're seeing how they can deploy this?
Yeah, so our client base is what we're really driving this is looking at markets where they're in a competitive situation. They have to get to a lower tiered pricing unit, and so they step in with over the top. It comes in with a nice low competitive offering, kind of like a Lifeline package, and with not all of the overheads that go along with it. But then also looking at CLEC areas. And so if they're going to expand out into a CLEC area, they're taking the unit that they can roll out a nice cost-effective package using the off-airs, local content, free content, and to be able to go into business communities, colleges, universities, even some MDU units such as hospitals, retirement centers, and stuff like that. From a
content negotiation standpoint, especially when you're looking at local off-airs, things like that, how's that working out?
Well, the content providers are still the king of being able to provide this. That's probably the biggest hurdle to be able to deal with right now. Pretty much the only content that we've been able to really roll out is off-air content, local content, where if somebody's got public education, government type solution or a local channel, local sporting events and stuff like that, along with free content. I mean, it's such a high-end area where you're competing against HBO, Disney, and everybody else that's trying to take that customer and own them. And by going with an over-the-top streaming solution, allowing our customers to be able to hang on to that customer.
Well, it seems like opportunities, because now you can open up over-the-top channels, and I suppose the customers can still go direct for those, whether it be a Hulu or Netflix or whatever, right?
That's correct. And a lot of the, like Roku set-top boxes is one of the solutions that's out there today. And as part of that is you have your own channel package that's tailored and labeled to you. But then you've also got the Netflix and the other things that are part of that offering that they can go and basically roll the off-airs in there and be able to view, whether it's channel, NBC, CBS, or what have you, but then also get to their Netflix on that same solution.
From a CLEC perspective, one of the challenges has always been, especially if you're relying on someone else's network, is bandwidth. Talk to us about adaptive bitrate for a moment and how that changes everything.
Yeah, the adaptive bitrate, especially on the over-the-top, again, is it'll fit whatever bandwidth is being able to stream into that customer's location. It will go down to a lower encode rate. You can encode one single channel at different data rates, and then with the adaptive bitrate, it'll come up to whatever the device is able to receive. And quality will adjust accordingly. But that doesn't only affect with like a CLEC or business opportunity. It also goes to the per device too. So if you got other devices, smartphones, and what have you, that adaptive bitrate allows you to stream into the multiple devices to your customers. So you're allowing that customer to have it when, where, and how they want it.
And that's important with today's new generation, but what about the head-end costs? I mean, are we looking at a similar type of thing as before as far as huge fixed costs?
Yeah, to be able to get in on an over-the-top streaming solution is a lot less expensive than a normal head-end. And it comes down to, as a video provider, if you've already got all the equipment there, the overall cost of stepping in, it's relatively minor compared to especially the initial head-end cost. But when if you're somebody trying to step into video, the cost is a tenth of what it would be to get into a normal head-end solution today.
And the other thing, and this is probably your wheelhouse here, and we're talking unicast stream, so the impact on the network.
Today's over-the-top streaming solutions, basically those are going to be right now geared inside the customer's own network, which helps us be able to take care of some of those bandwidth needs. But yes, it's you have to really, if you're looking at an over-the-top solution, you really need to get a good partner in, come in and take a look at your data network, how your bandwidth pipes and everything set up, not only from transport but down to the access, right down to the customer's premise. And everything is now, instead of just multicast, one stream going out, it's unicast, per stream being viewed. So it's going to be network intensive. Very, so if you have to transport any capacity, it's going to take some system upgrades to make it happen.
One of the markers that there's something here is the fact that several vendors have come out with solutions. What about from the operator's side? Are you seeing a lot of interest in this?
On the operator side, we are. We actually got a few projects that are going on where they're moving forward with the over-the-top streaming to be able to roll into the competitive markets. They have to be able to roll this out. Systems that are out there that we're really working with. It's on the edge side. We're looking at Innovative and Minerva, Neonova, and there's a couple other third-party partners out there that have some kind of managed solution, EPG type functionality. In turn, then you've got your harmonics and elementals, Incas, and a couple other systems that are the core backbone of the network.
I guess we'll forego the regulatory questions for another person, because there is probably a whole series of questions we could go on there. Do you have any final comments about that regulatory? You don't have to go into depth, but do you see any challenges there?
I think on the regulatory side, we're not really having to deal with a lot on regulatory issues, especially on the telco sides or with our CLEC, because they're having to deal with that already on the bandwidth piping. Our biggest thing is just making sure you get your content in place, go up front and talk with the off-air providers and get your contracts in place, because without those contracts, you're pretty well dead in the water. And you don't think you can just roll out without those agreements. And that's going to be probably a lot of your initial hard work to get that in place.
Excellent. Well, then you come into the picture. So, Jerry, appreciate your time.
All
Thanks.
right, thank you.